What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video for you today. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about the one and only Buzz Lightyear. Because the movie is out. I have not seen it yet. Maybe I watched it by the time you see this video. But I'm not talking about Buzz Lightyear, the real Buzz Lightyear. I'm talking about the toy. The OG Space Ranger. Now, Buzz thinks he's a real Space Ranger in Toy Story 1. We all know this. The whole concept of the movie. He thinks he's not a toy. He thinks... Un momento. Anyway, as I was saying, Buzz Lightyear thinks he's a toy, and this frustrates Woody beyond belief throughout the entire movie. Until at the end, when he decides, you know what, I am a toy. This is what toys do. This is what toys do, and this is how toys are. And this is what happens. And then this continues throughout the rest of the franchise. But that does not answer the question. One big pothole in the entire film. Sorry, I saw my phone go off for a second. Last time I made a Buzz Lightyear video, Woody called me and was very upset. You can watch that video right here. And then I had to make a video about Woody because he was very upset with me. And you can watch that video right here. Anyway, moving on. So the plot hole is that Buzz thinks he's a real Space Ranger, but yet he stops with all the other toys when Andy comes in the room. Why? I ask you again. Why? Well, I think I have the answer. So stay tuned and find out. What's up, guys? Let's get into it. So, yes, Buzz Lightyear drops like every other toy when Andy comes to the room. But there's a definitive theory about that. So when Buzz Lightyear is introduced to Andy, we see that he is convinced that he is not a toy and that he's a real Space Ranger, and this causes the whole movie to go into a big spiral of a crazy, dangerous adventure and trying to get back to Andy and to prove to Buzz that he is a toy. So, trying to get my train of thought here. I'm sorry. So, the Buzz Lightyear toy is based off of what we believe to be the real Buzz Lightyear. And if you've seen the movie, the whole concept of that movie, in theory, is that is the movie that Andy saw that made him want the toy. The toy was made because of the character in the movie. It's not a true story of quote-unquote Buzz Lightyear, because if you believe in the whole Pixar theory and the timeline, that Buzz Lightyear story is supposed to take place in the same universe as Toy Story, not the entire Pixar franchise, just let's say talk about Toy Story. If that Buzz Lightyear was quote-unquote real, then the timeline doesn't match up, because when it goes into the future, I talked about this in another video. Well, I saw the video of this. Anyway, so the concept is that Buzz Lightyear, goes down to space. He comes back, and it's years in the future, and Zurg is taken over. If that were the actual case, when he came back, Andy would have been already alive, and Zurg would have been, so this whole thing would have taken place at that exact time, so it doesn't really match up. Anyway, so the character Buzz Lightyear is actually a fictional character created by a movie studio, maybe based off of a real astronaut, who knows, but it's a fictional story created for kids. And Andy saw the movie and decided to get the toy. So this toy is modeled after a action hero for kids, which could then be modeled after an actual astronaut. So the idea is that this toy, because toys in the Toy Story universe are created with memory, and that gives them their life. So this specific toy has some kind of programming in him, in his mind, of the memories that were created for the love of the movie that he was created from. Now, after Buzz Lightyear decides that he is, in fact, a toy, we see in Toy Story 2 when he goes to toy store, Al's Toy Barn, and is seeing all the other Buzz Lightyears on the shelf. All those Buzz Lightyears don't think they're toys. They think they are the real Buzz Lightyear. So it's something in the programming of the Buzz Lightyear that creates this concept of, I'm not a toy, I'm a space ranger. With that being said, that programming is therefore then the programming of the intense training that the real Buzz Lightyear would have received. Military Special Ops Space Ranger training. And because that training, he needs to be stealth, he needs to be quiet, and that's going to play a huge role in this. So, because he has that programming in the toy, when, Woody yells, Andy's coming, he drops at them because of his training. And what I mean by that is, he obviously senses, oh crap, this is bad. This means something's bad's happening. So he sees all them, drop dead. So he thinks, okay, I'm gonna flop dead and pretend to be a toy, because obviously, that's what they're doing, and they've done it before. And I kind of trust them that they know what they're doing. And he just plays a lifeless body while Andy plays with him. And maybe he just doesn't snap out of it until Andy leaves. He's okay, it's safe now. Whenever that giant being comes in, we need to play dead to survive. And that's the military training that he has. So he does it not as a plot hole, but because he's just trying to survive. Essentially, he's acting like the locals, acting like all the other toys, because he has to do what's necessary to survive. So that explains why he throws around Andy and other humans. But there's no argument against this, and that is being that the other argument is that, toys have programming, and we know that Buzz has more futuristic programmings than Woody does. Woody has the pull string, and he says, I gotta think my boot. Yes. Whereas we know that Buzz definitely has some more intricate programming, because there's a switch on the back that turns into Hispanic mode. And then we see this.
Okay, now what?
All right, let's see. Caution! Do not hold button for more than 5 seconds.
It's not my fault.
Bitácora espacial. Me he despertado de...
So, with that, you can definitely tell that there's definitely more technology involved inside there. So, the toy creators could have been like, okay, let's make this Space Ranger think he's the real Buzz Lightyear. Let's make him, this. And maybe somewhere in the universe, where toys made, they know that toys come to life. And they could have programmed it, said, okay, we can't have this toy actually come to life, so we need to program it so that when humans come to the room, it plays dead. That could be, and maybe, eventually Buzz just kind of overrides his programming, learning that he's a toy and the friendship involved with Woody and everything like that. Maybe just overrides his programming, because we do see, later on that they are able to do certain things in front of humans and not just drop dead. Anyway. But yeah, so I have a feeling it has to do with some kind of programming and the toy. Not necessarily to, that people who make toys know that toys come to life. No, that and the toy's programming of the characters based off of just creates him to, adapt to his environment, as you will. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh wait, that was going on and on for so long, I forgot to play this. Today's video, as always, is sponsored by Raze Energy. Go pick it up at redbullsports.com. Coupon code Johnny Huey, 15% off. Great stuff. See you guys later. Okay, with that being said, I apologize about that. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I want you to comment down below your thoughts. Why do you think Buzz Lightyear drops when Andy comes in the room? And maybe one day I'll make a follow-up video as to another theory that it could be. Who knows? And also tell me if you saw Buzz Lightyear movie and how you liked it. Later.